What is up, everybody? It's a beautiful fall day here in Pigeon Forge. I thought I'd just take a minute, show you my backyard setup I got going on here, and also talk to you a little bit about wages, job wages in the area, cost of living, things like that. If you haven't seen our channel before, we are all about trying to show people what it's like to live in a tourist town. We live and work here in Pigeon Forge. I work in Gatlinburg, live in Pigeon Forge, and just trying to share with you. A lot of people are wanting to move here, and some people might think that's a good idea, some people might think that's a bad idea. So we just moved back here, excuse me, not back here, we just moved here in March of this year, really February. Started my job in March, and we purchased this house. We are just right in the center of Pigeon Forge, just off the parkway. You can almost, if you go to the other side of that house in front of me, you can see the big wax museum. So we're right in the center of town. But got the setup back here. We got the backyard pool. I've got the hot tub going here. It's up to temp, which is nice. We were hanging out in there this morning, hang out in there again tonight. Got a nice little patio area here at this house we purchased. Got this covering. Been getting down, well, it actually got down to 30 degrees last night, so it's pretty cold. But in the evenings we kick this patio heater we've got at Sam's Club on there. I got the smoker going right now. Got a rack of ribs in there, and some chicken thighs up top. See how they're doing. I don't even want to open that up right now, but they're doing good. Ribs have been in there about 3 hours. I just threw the chicken thighs on there, so we're getting some good smoke rolling off the top. And we just got a little dining table set up over here. Blackstone grill in the corner, and then our little tiki changing hut. It's just a little room up there, the grass roof for changing and storing some pool equipment and things. We've got a couple of our umbrellas and things down there in the pool area. Pool's got some leaves in the bottom. Try to clean out and keeping the pump running through winter. Try to keep the hot tub going through the winter time. So I just figured I'd show you our setup here, and if you have any questions or comments, let me know. If you want to know anything about housing prices or anything in the area right now, just leave me a comment. I'll send you a message. Or obviously you can look on Zillow, Realtor, all those sorts of things. Kind of see how things are going. But I thought I'd just take a second and sit down here and talk to you a little bit about wages in the area, what's the cost of living like, and all those sorts of things. So you can probably imagine, you know, stuff is pretty expensive in a tourist town, especially food and entertainment is really overpriced. You're definitely going to pay more than average prices for, even for fast food. Some of the fast food places are overpriced. I think I shared on something, the Five Guys restaurant is pretty overpriced here, and just things like that. You could easily, you know, plan on a dinner, if you're going to go down and sit down in a restaurant, $12 to $15 a person minimum for dinner. So it can get pretty expensive. Gas prices right now, I think, are somewhere around $3.10 a gallon. Again, we're in November 2021. We know everything that's going on right now, so you know why all that is. But so talk really quick about cost of living. You know, other than the food and the food and the gas, which you're going to pay extra, you know, higher for. Everything else is fairly normal, I guess, as far as groceries and cost of living for groceries and utilities. Of course, the big, huge bonus to East Tennessee is property taxes. Property taxes are next to nothing. So I have basically a 1,600 square foot house on about a quarter acre. You just saw the stuff I have in the back patio. I'm right in town, and my property taxes for the year, I think it just got reassessed. It was like just barely over $700. It was like $720 for the year, which, you know, I've lived in New York State, and that's just, I mean, it's ridiculous. I had houses in New York State, I was paying over $4,000 a year for taxes. So property taxes here are next to nothing, which is great. So that can save you some money. Sales tax in Tennessee is pretty high. It's just over 9%. I just always figure 10% when I'm buying something, and then it'll be a little bit less than that. It's like 9.3 or something like that. I don't know exactly, but so sales tax can be pretty high. Other than that, you know, food, entertainment is overpriced. Everything else is pretty normal. You're going to save on property tax. You know, the cost of living is not horrific. So you can, again, if you check out some of our other videos, we talked to you about how to do some budget-friendly dining and some budget-friendly entertainment. Right now, for example, Dollywood is doing their local days, so it's only $5 for locals to get into Dollywood, and so that's kind of cool. So anyway, talk real quick about wages, because, well, how much money are you going to make, and will you be able to find a job when you get here? So yes, you will definitely be able to find a job. Just like anywhere in our country right now, there are a lot of jobs available. Will that job be enough to support you in your living here? Well, it depends on how you want to live, really. If you want to buy a house, what your skill sets are, just like anywhere, it ranges from all spectrums for amounts. I will tell you, probably the lowest paying wage around here, I mean, I've seen some as low as $13 an hour, but pretty much the average starting wage is $15 an hour. That's for somebody with basically no skills, just going into a random job with no experience. You can get $15 an hour, and it'll just go up from there. So there's definitely opportunities in the you know, in the tourist industry for all levels. So management level, there's operations, all kinds of different things. So if you have any interest in the tourism industry, this is definitely the place for you, because there's lots of job opportunity for sure. And you can move up within companies as well too, and gain experience and get better jobs. So there's definitely opportunity for work. Now, what it always comes down to for people when they move here is always the same story. It's housing. Where are they going to live? Because there are very few apartments or available apartments or houses to rent. Housing is very difficult to come by. We bought this house, and we had to wait 60 days to move in while it was closing. And we basically, at that time, stuff was going the day it came on the market. It was going under contract. This one happened to be, I think, on the market. It was overpriced at the time. It's not overpriced anymore, but it was overpriced at the time, and so it was kind of sitting there for a little bit. But we liked it, and I've been in real estate in the past, and I kind of saw the trends where they're going, so I knew that even though right now, when we bought it in the beginning of this year, it was a little overpriced, that it would catch up. So we've already caught up and surpassed on our value what we paid for it, so it's already good. But anyway, what I have suggested to people of what we did is the best option that I found if you're going to move here, because housing can take sometimes a month to 6 months to find. I've just had a friend that it took them 8 months to get into a rental house, and they did the same thing we did, which is they got a camper, an RV, and lived at a campground. So a lot of the campgrounds around here will do month-to-month rent of a campsite, or some will even do like 3-month or 6-month rents at reduced rate. So you could expect to find a decent campground like we did, really nice campground, and we were able to stay there for, I think it's around $700 a month for the park rent. So if you happen to own a camper, or even if you buy a cheap camper to live in, even if it's just for a few months, you can come here and do that pretty easily, and all the utilities are paid for that way. You don't have to worry about any of that. You have electric and water and all that, and they usually have on-site laundry and all those sorts of things. So that's my recommendation. That's what we did. That was the best thing. But if you are thinking about moving here, you know, just leave me a comment below, and if you want to have any specific questions, I can answer for you. I'll try to do my best. Otherwise, you know, we're always looking for subscribers. We always want YouTube to put our videos out there, so if you can take just a second and hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, we'd appreciate it. And see all of our other things that we try to give people some budget-friendly options when they come to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, and that's what we're doing for now. But I'll leave you with a shot of the nice, beautiful sky here. And East Tennessee is known for being pretty cloudy and rainy, but today just happens to be super clear skies. So very rare that we get this clear of sky. 0% chance of rain. 61 degrees, just about perfect. Nice fall colors. So I'll leave you with that. Talk to you later.